Hi, this is Ron Jones. I'm here to talk to you about crossbody patterns again. In a previous video, I spent quite a bit of time going over some of the basics on threat modulation and how when we're in a state of threat, we go into flexion adduction and we don't move as well, and how when we do certain crossbody patterns, it enables us to get out of our brainstem, our reptile brain, and start thinking with the right and left hemispheres and also that frontal cortex. So we're either thinking like a reptile, right, fight or flight, or we're using full brain integration and we're thinking with our whole brain and making a better decision. So the trick is, can I do some quick crossbody patterns to reset my brain and get out of threat? And the answer, yeah, you can. So here's an example of a real simple little flow. I've seen a lot of different people do things like this or this over the years, and so everything's going to be a crossbody reach. So I'm going to reach with my right hand over to my left knee, and then my left hand goes to my right knee. Now, if people aren't very good at balance, you can lean them up against a wall because we don't want to be threatening with the exercise. We want them to be calm and relaxed. So I could lean in the stall bars. Now I'm not worried about balance. And if I'm not very flexible in my hip, I could just reach for my thigh. So there are different ways to regress this by making it easier. Okay, but today I have enough balance and range of motion that I'm going to touch. And when I teach this, I have people do this a couple of times. I'm kind of watching to see if anybody needs help with balance. I make some adjustments, and it'll take them a couple seconds just to get that, right? As simple as it looks. And then I say, okay, now we're going to touch the opposite ankle. And again, if they don't have the range of motion, we'll go, the calf, okay? So, knee, ankle, ankle. So there's a little flow to that, right? And it's getting a little more complex. So when they can get the knees and the ankles, then I'll have them do something behind the body without looking. So it's knee, ankle, heel. And just doing that, there's sometimes going to be deer in the headlights, right? So, wanting not to be, threatening to people, we laugh, we make a couple adjustments, I make sure they have time to figure it out, we go back to the basics. Okay, knee, ankle, heel. So that's one example of a crossbody pattern. You don't really need any fitness to do that. Why are we doing this silly stuff in the first place? Because if I'm thinking like a reptile with my brainstem, because I'm in a state of threat, I need to kind of short circuit or reset my brain, make it do something across the midline of the brain, crossing the brain bridge, to get it to integrate. I want my right and left hemisphere of my frontal cortex on and working. So that's why we do crossbody patterns, from a calming standpoint or improving cognitive function. There are other fitness benefits as well, and we get into things like the ending clubs, but for right now, that's a real simple little flow or routine to have. So try it out. I think it'll help you feel better.